Hey guys, welcome back to DDG Diecast Dynasty Garage. Okay, so I figured today we're going to do something just a little bit different. I am going to do today a one brand showing, which simply means I'm going to show a few cars from one particular brand. Today we're going to look at some of Mercedes-Benz from my collection today. And before I forget, let me send a shout out to one of my great buddies on Facebook Marketplace. He goes by the name of Frank Mazias. Frank Mazias, if you're watching this, I want to send a shout out to you. It's been great doing a lot of business with you over the past few months. You know, purchasing these great models that I got from you. Some rare, some hard to find, and some that just piqued my interest. So I want to send out a shout out to you and say thank you for your business and your service, and I hope that we will do more business in the future. So thank you, Frank Mazias. So with that being said, let's go straight into the video. And let's see what we want to check out first. I'm going to go with this one. We're going to go with this one first. That is my 1989 Mercedes-Benz 500 SL convertible. This was built by Maestro, and that is a turquoise color that it came in. But this particular Mercedes, they came in several different colors. You can also find this in a 1/18 scale, which also has different colors as well. You can find these in black. They have them in black, white, silver, burgundy, and of course this color here. They also have them in red. I've seen them in red too. And a lot of them mostly are two-tone, where you have the gray bottom and may have a different color top, or some may have most of them have one color up top and have the gray down the bottom. I did actually see a red one with a burgundy bottom going around the sides of it and the back. So that's a bit different. But as you can see, this one here is a two-tone turquoise, with the light being at the top and the dark turquoise being down at the bottom, going around the sides. Also, as you can see, this one has custom wheels, which I put on myself. Now, when I show you the original model and what wheels they came with, it actually looks like this. So for you guys who have this model, you can see what the original wheels look like that came with this model. The wheels and tires from this came from a company called Pegasus. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with that company, but Pegasus makes 1/24 scale wheels and tires. They do a lot of chrome I've seen them actually do Dayton wheels for people who have like low riders. Oh, I've seen them with those. But this company called Pegasus that makes these wheels and tires, and that's where I got those wheels and tires from. It also has a top that pops up right here. Usually there's like a screen there in the real model. It's like a screen there that you know, you don't have to get too much wind as you're driving in the car. So that's with that. All in all, I think the I love the wheels. The wheels just make it look a lot better than the originals. I think the originals just made it look dull. It just really looked dull with the original wheels. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just really couldn't set myself up like that, leaving those dull wheels on there. It is sometimes you look at certain cars and you look at the wheels, and I'm quite sure a lot of you know sometimes the wheels is what makes the car. If you don't have the right wheels, then the car just won't look right. At least that's my philosophy. Like, the wheels gotta look good with the car. If the wheels don't look good, I mean, the car's just gonna look plain and dull, in my opinion. So I would definitely change the wheels, especially if it does not bring the car out. So that is a big deal to me. Now this one has a plain gray interior, which I'm not really too fond of. So I think at some point, somewhere down the line, I am going to take this apart and give the inside, the interior, some life. Maybe give it another color. Maybe do some interior detailing on the inside. Give it some color. Maybe give it some life. As sometimes that plain gray is just too dull. It just doesn't give the car enough life. So at some point I am going to do a redecoration as far as color on the interior, and I will definitely keep you guys updated, and I will take you on the journey with me when I do the interior renovation on this. So that is it for this one. You let me know what you give this. I give it a 7. And the only reason why I give it a 7 is because of the fact that I added the wheels, and not a 10 because the interior is just so plain. Now if I had the interior decorated and maybe a different color and had it like highly detailed, as y'all will see in one of my later models on one of my future episodes, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, how an interior is actually supposed to look inside of these models when you get this plain Jane look in here. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. It won't be in this episode, but one of the future episodes I'm going to show you a few of my models where I've actually redone the inside detail with color and everything, and you'll see how much of a difference it actually makes when you do a interior detail with color and all. But this is all I give. This is just a 7. It probably would have been a 10 if I would have detailed the inside and gave it some color and some life. But due to the fact that it doesn't have it right now, I'm just going to leave it at a 7. So What do you think? What is your rating on this? Go down in the comments and let me know what you think about this one. So let's remove this one and go to the next one. Okay, so we have here a Mercedes-Benz CL63 AMG. This one was also made by Maisto. Now, these were very rare cars, and they only made this from 2000 to 2002. And every year between 2000 and 2002, they only made 200 of these each year. Which shows how rare these CL63s are. And it also came with an AMG package. And of course, for a lot of y'all already know what the AMG is. Special performance package that they add to the Mercedes for aerodynamics, engine performance, and speed as well. So that's the special thing with that. They also do like a lot of exterior add-ons, like maybe a kit, some special wheels and tires to go on it, and things like that. So a lot of times it's not just engine performance and aerodynamics and speed. They also do some exterior changes for the AMG models that you wouldn't find on the regular models. So with this one, it's kind of rare, and the engines that came with these, well, with the 600, because this is the S. This one is, yeah. This one had a V8, if I'm not mistaken. It might have had a V8, I'm not sure, but I'm going to check into that just to make sure. Yeah, I think this was a V8. But they only had these were actually very rare. And I think these also too were priced at $270,000 new. I'm not saying that this is what they cost now, but new, that's what they cost. Oh, and let me just say this too. I got this one confused with the CL600. This particular model right here, they only made 26 of these. That was my mistake. They only made 26 of these. So these were even more rare because they only made 26 examples of this particular car. And that was in 2001 that they made these 26 examples. Like, that is super rare. 26? Like, you got 26 lucky people who was able to get their hands on a CL63 AMG. You know. But that's all they produce. It's 26 of these. So they're very, very rare. So I can't imagine what the pricing would be on one of these. If you were in the market to buy one. But I think they are pretty cool looking cars. I like them. I like them. I like the style of it. I mean, I just like the overall look of it. And just for it to be a rarity, to only have 26 examples, I think that's rare in its purest form. So, you know, that's another Mercedes Benz I had to grab. At first I couldn't find one of these, but then as I started looking more and more, I ended up running into one that had a really a good fair price to it, so I snagged it up. But yeah, so this is my CL63 AMG from Maisto in silver. So I'm just gonna shut the doors so you can actually see how it look with everything closed, so you get that look and that final spin. I like the flare that they did on the over the wheel wells. I think that gives that car that almost kind of like muscular look with that flare over the wheels. And right here, it gives it that flare, almost like a muscly type look. You know, it's kind of muscular. You know, it's masculine. You know, it just gives that masculine, muscular look. You know, it's bulky, it's big. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about that. I love how they did that. But that is the Mercedes-Benz CL63 AMG. Okay, with that being said, let's move on to the next one. All right, and here is the one I was talking about. This one is the CL600. Now, this is the one I spoke of about the other one that I made a mistake on. This was the one that they made only 200 of from 2000 to 2002. This is a 01. This is a CL600. Now, this is the one that they did where they only made 200 examples each year from 2000 to 2002. So, wasn't many of those either. Also, as you can see, I can pull up a picture that these wheels as well are custom wheels too. Now the original wheels on this car look like this here. So you can see from this picture here what the original wheels look like on this car. And this was the upgrade for them. I personally wasn't a fan of the original wheels. Just like on the SL500 I showed you earlier. I just wasn't a fan of the original wheels. I just don't think I just don't think they did not, to me, give the car the look that I think it needed. And I think with these wheels, it just give it that look. Now, these wheels and tires also come from Pegasus. Pegasus also did the wheels and tires from this one too. So a lot of people, if y'all not familiar with Pegasus, just go online and put in Pegasus 124 wheels and tires, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. They actually have them. You can get them on eBay. They sell them on eBay for a good, reasonable price. So they're easy. They're definitely easy to find. eBay sells plenty of them. So and they have very like different looks to them. So you'll find a lot of different kinds of 124 wheels and tires from Pegasus. So that's where I got those wheels and tires from on this particular model too. So with this one here, I like this one as well. It gives me the vibes of the last one that I just took off, the CL63. Like the look, like these coupes that Mercedes-Benz does are pretty nice. I love the styling that they do with these coupes. You know, I'll never forget when they did the S-Class Mercedes from the year 2000 that had those big funny shaped headlights in the front. It was one big piece, and people ranted and raved about that Mercedes. It was an S-Class, and I think and actually that was the following year when they came off of the square big body Benz. The square big body Benz was like the favorite in the 90s. The square big body Benz, everybody was buying them. And then when they came out with that Benz from 2000 that had those funny alien looking headlights in the front, the people were like, what is this? You know, people just really did not gravitate towards that Benz. They didn't like the look of it because to them it didn't speak Mercedes, and more particularly it didn't speak S-Class, because the S-Class, you know, they always went out on their S-Class. But when that came out, people just looked at Mercedes different, like, what are they doing? You know, but as time went on, they redeemed themselves and came out with better models, better looks for the S-Class, and took it back to where it should be. But this one here, I like the look of this one. Now, as I was talking about for the SL convertible, I think I'm also going to do a coloration detail for this one too. I see a lot of potential in this interior, so I am going to do an overhaul of the interior, which means I'm going to, you know, take it apart, paint it, detail it, and then come back later and give it a nice solid grade. It's just right now it doesn't have the full potential look that I'm looking for right now. The wheels was just the start, but once I detail the interior and give it the color it needs to really bring it out, then I think I can really give it that solid grade that it deserves. But this is what I have so far on this Benz. You tell me whether you like how the wheels look on it. You think the original wheels look better, or do you think these wheels right here actually bring it out? Let me know in the comments. Let me shut the door so y'all can see how the car looks with the door shut, so y'all can see that swing. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful car. I like it, but I think it will have its full look once I do the interior and give that interior that look that it needs to complete the cycle on this car. So that is my 2001 CL600. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this car was actually made by Welly. This is not a Maisto product. The first two were Maistos. This one was manufactured by Welly. So let's go on to the next vehicle. And this one, I like this one very much for specific reasons. And I think simply because it just has all, it just got all the right looks. And then on top of that, I'm gonna show you something that most cars really don't have. All right, and that is that's my 2014 Mercedes-Benz S500. This was produced by Welly. They actually produced this car, and it's funny, a lot of these models don't have a production date, but it's funny because this car actually has a production date on the bottom. Check this out. What does that say? Production date 5/7/2020. This was made May 7th 2020. This is a 2014 model, but they produced this May 7th 2020. Yep. Now, this is what I was talking about. The major thing I like about this Benz is this plastic glass right here. Now, if y'all watched the unboxing that I did in the second video with the Maserati, y'all also seen that the Maserati was set up like this with the plastic glass over the door. There's most of these cars that you have, a lot of them won't have glass in the doors. It'll just be the doors, and it'll just be open space. But this one actually has a glass attached to the door. That is what I like about what they did with this one. This one had a 5.5 liter V12. So this was pretty fast. Now, see what I meant when I was talking about the S-Class Benzes? When I was talking about the one from 2000, the alien with the alien-shaped headlights in the front, that one was just utterly ridiculous. But, see, they made it up with this one here. And as you can see, they got back on top of their game. Like, this is what an S-Class is supposed to look like, you know. And for Mercedes-Benz, and for a lot of people who have a Mercedes-Benz, who's owned a Mercedes-Benz, y'all know. I mean, y'all know which ones are the best, which ones was the worst. So this one right here, it just took Mercedes back to the top where they belonged in the luxury world. I love the dual exhaust pipes in the back. I think the wheels definitely does bring out the look of this car. It's nice. It has a small little Mercedes emblem on top of it, which is pretty cool. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna bring it up to the screen, and hopefully y'all could see that. Let me see. There it is. You can see the emblem sitting right on top of the hood, right there. See, there it is. And it's not a plastic, and it was crazy, it's not a plastic emblem either where it just bends and tears off. It's actually a metal emblem. And that's crazy because most Benzes that you find will have like the little plastic Mercedes-Benz emblem on top of the hood, but that one surprisingly has a metal emblem on top of it. That's what's surprising to me about that. But I really like this one. Interior wise, I don't know yet. I'm still trying to decide on that one. Now, the two I showed you, the ones I told you I was going to do renovations on, I actually am. But this one, I'm not so sure yet. Because I really think it goes great with the car. And if I do decide to do an overhaul in the interior, it won't be a total color change. It'll probably just be another color added to it. So, if anything, that's about mostly all I'll do with it. But other than that, I mean, the car is great. You know, I like the window feature that they did with this. I think that makes it so, it makes it so realistic. It gives it a good look. To me, it also has that luxury mystique to it that only Mercedes-Benz can bring. And I think they did a great job on this S500. What do you think? You let me know in the comments what you think about this Mercedes-Benz. And let me know in the comments if you actually have one of these in your collection. I know some of you probably have this in your collection. So let me know in the comments if you do or if you don't. And let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is something very different. This one, when you see it, you'll understand why I grabbed this one. This is the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, recreational RV. It does have lights, as you can see. It also lights up on the inside of it, which I think is pretty cool. As you can see, it does have lights. Uh-oh, it keeps slipping. Let's see if I can get this thing in the center. We might have to stop it for this one, y'all. I don't think this one is gonna stay in one spot. So let's check this one out here. Now we look at this one. This one is very detail oriented. I love how they made this available with the ability to be able to have sliding doors. I like that feature. I really do. Most vans that you buy, and there are vans out there, just very rarely they make vans like the Dodge Caravan. I know a lot of y'all remember the Dodge Caravan they made 1/24 scale. That doesn't have sliding doors. The front door is open, but it doesn't have sliding doors. Not the Jada, but the regular Dodge Caravan, the regular one you buy, has sliding doors. The Jada brand doesn't. The Jada brand, you only get the front doors. But the regular Dodge Caravan, it's not a Jada brand. I can't remember what brand it was, but they have and they're really hard to find. It's hard to find these Caravans, the regular ones, not the Jada. They made a Dodge Caravan that was it was just a regular standard looking Caravan with the gray plastic running on the bottom, and it had sliding doors. And that's the only van I can remember that had sliding doors on the side. Because the Jada model Dodge Caravan didn't have it. But that's what I like about the feature on this one, is that they added the sliding doors on the side. I love the roof line, you know. And then you can see the front there. Beautiful. It's got a nice little design on the side of the doors, which runs all the way to the back. Now when you turn the lights on, and if you look in there, it has a TV. You can see the lights on in there. I love what they did to the interior. I love that. It can be upgraded. I mean, you can add more colors to it to make it look more luxurious on the inside. The company that did this was Mini Auto. I'm not familiar with a lot about Mini Auto, but I've heard of them, but I'm not very familiar with Mini Auto. So I think they did an excellent job on this. I purchased this from, as you know, mainland China. I was telling y'all about AliExpress. You know, nowadays you can get these over here now on eBay or whatever, or Walmart. You know, a lot of those places are beginning to get a hold of those as well. So you can always search those websites for one of these vans as well. And I think, like I said, I think they did an amazing job with this van. Totally amazing. I just love all the opening capabilities of this van. Oh, and it has another feature as well. Let me show y'all something. Look at this. Look at the seats. The seats actually recline back to lay in a lay down position. That is so fucking, that is so cool. Look at that. You can actually recline the seats all the way back to a comfort level where you can lay back and sleep. Look at that. Now, I'm going to push the seats right back up to their formal position. Look at that. I'm going to push it back down. How many vans do you know of that does this? It reclines back. I think that is so cool. So I had to get my hands on one of these. This is not the only color that this van comes in. This van also comes in black, as you see right here. This is the only other color that it comes in. So you only have two to choose from. You can get this white one with the black, or you can get this black one with the gold. I preferred the white. I have so many black cars in my collection. Sometimes you want to try to offset your collection by having something a different color. You know, you don't want to have too many cars of the same color. Sometimes it's a headache because it'd be too much. But I try to offset my collection by getting cars of different colors to just try to varieties the colors, you know. And sometimes you don't have a choice, because a lot of these models sometimes only come in 2 colors or 3 colors, but it'd be like the basic colors. It could be black, white, or red. Those always be the basic colors for certain models: black, white, and red. And then sometimes later on down the line, they might come up with them same models and then have 3 more colors added to the fray, you know. But right now, these are the colors you're going to get: red, white, and black. That's it. You know, you're not going to get anything else. So, unfortunately, this truck only came in 2 colors, white and black. So, pick your poison, whatever color you choose, you know. That's all they have. You know, I've checked several times throughout the months to see if they had anything as far as different colors, and it looks to me as if these are the only colors that they're going to have, that they're going to produce. So this is it. But yep, that is my Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. You let me know in the comments what you think the grade is on this one. I give this an A because I love everything they did to this. The lighting effect, the interior, the features, everything they did to this van, they went all out on this. They definitely did. And plus, like I said, without a doubt, the reclining seats to a layback position, like, it doesn't get any better than that. So I think they did a hell of a job doing this van and providing the features, you know, and not to mention having all the opening parts on here, everything that can open on here. That's what I love about it. I love models that has as many opening parts as possible. You know, it just it gives a realistic feeling and look to your vehicles when you can have as many open parts as possible. All if you can, you know, but if not, you know, that's okay. You know, and I'm gonna also show y'all a secret about these opening parts too, that a lot of people may not know about, but I will show you when I present one of my models, because I do have a couple of them that gave me exposure to some opening parts that they really didn't show you, but if you looked hard enough, you could see that it was there. It was there. It's just, if you have that creative mind, you can do something with it once it's opened, you know, and get creative with it. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a future episode when one of those cars come to the garage. So that'll be all for tonight, and I'm signing off. This is Chris from DDG. Diecast Dynasty Garage. Please, family, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn that bell on for notifications. That way you can get all the newest videos when I post them. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am signing off. Good day or good night.